the Sisters Live and a conversation with Allie. And this is probably gonna be a really, really quick one. I was gonna go live earlier. I went to go play tennis, which was great, but I decided to not. And I really just focused on being in the moment and enjoying it and working out and giving to myself. One of the things I'm realizing is like when I go live, I'm now creating a space to share of myself with everybody else, which is fine. But I can't do that if I don't pour into myself. And yesterday we had an All American live that just went kind of haywire. I am unpacking and learning a lot from that experience in reference to things that I don't want to happen again and will not accept happening again, and like figuring out what I need to do to make sure certain things don't happen again. Um, because shit just kind of went left and it didn't make me feel good at all. But that really kind of set the tone for me to come into today really low energy. And um, I've definitely pushed through it. Hey, Angela. I've definitely pushed through it, but I haven't been as productive as I would have liked today. Like, I started today off and I sent a bunch of invoices, or like followed up on invoices. Some got paid, sent a bunch of other emails, finished the transferring of websites. Got that confirmation for that stuff, and then I kind of just went and like laid down. Like I had a functional freeze moment where I just like, I think I was like so overstimulated and I had so many things going on in my mind, versus both carrying over from last night, as well as like my to dos for today that I just like couldn't. So I went to go lay down, and then when I woke back up, and that was in the middle of the day, child. When I woke back up, I'm like, oh, I still feel like, I don't want to do anything. I cannot sit at the computer. So I was like, okay, so then what can you do? Like, I didn't want to get to a place where I was sad or anything. And I already realized I was frustrated. So I'm like, okay, let's go move your body. Let's go do. I don't feel like running around, but I'm gonna go play tennis because I like it, and it really helped. So that is definitely something I'm going to register in my toolkit of like in times that mentally I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated or at capacity, I'm gonna go to moving my body first to see if that can help um, offset some of the things I'm actually feeling, which I think it did help. And it was good because it was right before I was able to play tennis. I was able to walk Coley, give him time outside, which is great. And then it was right before Sisters, which it wasn't necessarily a great Sisters episode, which is fine. And I was able to get on live. And I don't know if I would have been able to do that fully. Like, I have yet to cancel a live, but I was feeling like, oh, I'm gonna cancel this live tonight. But I didn't. And I think it's because I went and I played tennis and I worked out. Um, so yeah. I am okay, Angela. I think I'm just tired. And I'm in my head right now. Like I'm very much so in my head, still trying to process things. Because one thing about me, I need a solution. Like I need to resolve things. Um, and as I mentioned at the start of this live, like I'm trying to figure out what I need to put in place so that I can still facilitate certain conversations and have tough conversations, have passionate ones, have spirited ones, but protect myself from people who aren't able to come into those particular conversations in a way that's actually safe for me to engage with them. Um, and then on top of like all the stuff that's going on with me, like I woke up this morning and I was like scrolling TikTok and I'm seeing all this stuff about Google remove Palestine from the Google Maps. And every now and again, I try not to like live the whole doom and gloom mantra because I do believe that like I believe in God. I believe that things are fully capable of turning around, but in already being low at a low vibration from the previous night, being feeling exhausted, waking up and seeing that sometimes shit just feels so hopeless. Things just feel like it's just so out of your hand. It's like, what are y'all fucking gaining from that? And then I'm like, shit, now I'm gonna have to fucking boycott Google. So much of my business is integrated in Google and like services that I use and already have paid for and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, all of this, all of this, because one group of people doesn't believe another group of people deserve to actually exist. And we get to say that? How do y'all get to say, like, ugh. being a human is exhausting. And specifically being a human with any kind of conscience is exhausting. Because why? Why the fuck are we doing this? Why are we ethnically cleansing people? Why are we at, like, why? Ugh. From the highest level to that, to the lowest level, like, why are we arguing about people's right to, like, date the fuck boy? And, like, as long as you got a man, like, and those things seemingly don't connect. But in my brain, it's a bunch of simple ass people making simple ass decisions, and it pisses me off, and it's making me so goddamn weary across the board. In fictional life, in real life, in fucking across the world, around, down the corner, around the corner, down the street. And just as I caught the replay of last night's live, I couldn't finish it. You were handling like a trooper. I haven't been able to bring myself to rewatch it because I just feel like I was completely unhinged, and I hate that for me. But everybody that I've talked to about it that has gone back and rewatched just said that they felt like I handled it well. I don't feel like I handled it well, but I appreciate you telling me that, and I don't actually know. Again, I'm in my head, so I don't actually know if I didn't handle it well or not. It just did not feel good at all, like at all. And I'm really trying to figure out what does it look like if I'm going to be presented with that. What does that look like for me to navigate it with some type of poise and grace, but still standing on business? Like, I haven't figured that out yet. And I don't know if I actually did it last night. I know, I don't think that you're not telling me the truth. I don't think that anybody that was telling me that is not telling me the truth. I think I overanalyze and I over criticize myself more than anybody could ever imagine. Um, you can't sugarcoat your words. So I appreciate that. I really do appreciate you telling me that. Um, because I want to be a safe space to actually have discourse and conversations. But the other part is like the unofficial agreement that you make and coming into community with people and being in conversation with people is like you're also responsible as a community member. So while one of the people involved has already like issued me an apology, sent me a voice note to apologize to me, um, if I'm trying to create a safe space, that everybody who comes into that safe space now has and wants to take up space and wants their voice to be heard, you also have a responsibility to make this a safe space. So like you got to figure out how to say your piece without becoming harmful. And I don't know how to communicate that in a way that people actually understand and can tangibly act on it. The only thing I'm proud of myself for last night is like not going to where I could have gone. There was a moment where I was like, I want to lay everybody out. Like I will cuss you clean out, and I'll cut this goddamn live off. And I didn't do that. So that's what I was like. I walked away like, at least you didn't do that, girl. You didn't do it. I felt like everybody was talking at once, and then it went left to have to talk over them to shut it down and to go in order. Everybody at once. And I've never had to say on my live, what you're not going to do is try to hijack my platform. Like, I've never had to say that. Never. It was crazy. And when you think about the points that were made, I didn't understand. I don't have the capacity for foolishness. I battle often my feelings around, like, it's not my job to teach people how to socially carry themselves online, but also I'm going to teach the people who interact with me, because y'all got to be mindful. Yes, content creators are here to teach you, to entertain you, to help you feel seen, but we are also people. And in what world do you comment and look like I know how to make a great casserole right now when I'm talking about this actually makes any kind of goddamn sense? It don't. Stop it. Stop being weird. People need to stop being fucking weird. Angela says, I feel like it's the same people saying the same things every week. The show isn't that good for all that. I'm only watching it because I've amassed a huge following that expects to hear from me. Quiet as kept, I don't actually want to watch the show no more. And y'all ain't helping. Not you, but like this goofy ass discourse trying to stand up for biracial twins who don't get held accountable to nothing when this shit mirrors in real life, and white supremacy is so goddamn real and the shit is playing out in a goddamn show, and you want to call me to the carpet for calling it out? And y'all black? What are we arguing about here? Like what I said on the Sisters Live tonight is what I feel like. I don't have a problem with having discourse. Come with your counterpoints and your receipts. Some examples so that we can actually have a conversation. But then also, I'm not getting into no goddamn debates and no arguments with the person advocating for the other side to lick the bottom of somebody's dumpster. Like, y'all want to argue on the behalf of characters who are terrible people because you think that they have a right to be terrible people? No, I don't want to have that conversation. I will 100% have a conversation around a terrible person not realizing that they're a terrible person, or the journey of them realizing they're a terrible person and then figuring out what they're going to do to try not to be a terrible person. But I'm not going to have an argument and a conversation about why it's okay for people to be terrible people. No, I'm not doing that. And I guess that's also part of the issue, because as certain things come up, I'm realizing where I'm weak with certain boundaries. And I just got to establish those. Queenie and All American seem similar, except the type of abuse shown. I saw that I was on live when I saw that you put your Discord message in, so I haven't been able to read it yet. But I will. I think that Queenie is way more overt in how they pedestalize whiteness and the subsequent abuse that comes from it. So I wouldn't be able to, I'm not saying that you're wrong at all. I think that Queenie is so overt. And I think that that's what makes, honestly, in All American is so diabolical, because the shit is so subtle. So it's just normalized. Like with the Baker twins, it is white supremacy playing out. It is literally white supremacy playing out. And y'all want to get on here and argue with me about it? You agree with that? And this is definitely going to be a quick live. I just wanted to make sure I did it because I didn't do it earlier. But I'm glad. I'm glad I took the day to myself. I'm really figuring out what I need to do for this career choice, this way that I spend my life and my days and my time and my effort to be sustainable and healthy for me. So I think that that was a good decision of me not going live earlier and taking the bulk of the day to just be with myself and enjoying that. And like I really enjoyed my tennis session today, and I actually put on tennis clothes, so it felt real. I'm like, okay, I might be doing this every day. And thank you for showing up, Angela. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I'm trying to figure out how do I get that to be a mass scale type of thing. Like, even I don't agree with everything that you say or that you shared, but like within discourse, within disagreement, there can still be so much respect, so much mutuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope is my hope and my intention. I don't know, but like even with me like disagreeing and like Queen, I don't necessarily think that Queen is a great show. I think they have great actors. Well, maybe it is a great show, and I'm just really biased to the fucking pedestalizing of the whiteness. Because Quiet as Kept, it might not be a terrible show if the subject matter wasn't the subject matter. So I can't even say I disagree with you in that. And like the initial approach on like loving it. So let's say we disagree in that. I prayed before I like started sharing my thoughts, like even in the Discord. Like I didn't want you to take it like I was like taking shots specifically at you or like your opinion or saying your opinion is wrong. I just want to be able to communicate like, no, I don't get it, and this is why I don't get it, and I love being able to, or I hope to continue to be able to have that. Like I want more of that. I don't need everybody to agree with me, and I don't need to agree with everybody, but like we can just have meaningful conversations and exchanges from our given perspectives that come from an intentional place. But that could be a lot to ask for from others. Giving yourself permission to do that is powerful. Yeah, I think so. I agree. Also, the process of like truly asking yourself, like, because I did that today, like, what do you need, Erica? And then responding accordingly, you know? You would rather talk this like, but take what you can get. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think I'm going to do a Queenie live actually. I gotta figure out the timing around it because I'm about to shut all this shit down for my birthday. Like I'm gonna take a couple days and just be like, it's only about me. I don't give a damn what y'all think, what y'all want, what y'all need. It's about me. So I figure out what I want to do. Oh Lord, the phone about to die. It just gave me a little alert. I need to do my nails. I'm thinking about braiding my hair again, even though I don't want to take them out. TikTok keeps showing me all these girls with these cute summer braids, and it's pissing me off because it's making me want braids. You taking a break? Yes. I need to, child. I need to go frolic. Allie just sent me something. What is this? They did play it after. That's exactly what Daniela ass gets. That's what her whole ass gets. I love it. Allie just sent me the preview. It's really short trailer, but we'll take it. We will take it. Also, other thing that I was like researching early this morning because somebody posted a comment and said that they think that they're grieving all American, and I felt like that a while ago. So I started looking up psychology articles around grief in media. And there's a ton of stuff out there about when a show ends, people grieving it. But I want to do something like I don't know if I'm gonna write a paper or what, um, but I want to explore the grief in the morning that you experience, similar to like a breakup. Like Allie said this, I told her my thoughts, and she was like, "Oh, it's like a breakup," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, like a breakup. Like you love this thing, you gotta cancel this thing, and it's not dead, but it's basically dead to you. It's not what you knew, and you feel a way about it. You feel sad. You feel separated. You feel disappointed. You feel left or lost. And I think it's something real about that experience for people. And I want to, one, figure it out a little bit more so that I can offer some kind of recourse back to some people who might be feeling like that commenter. Um, I definitely feel like that around All American. When I think about the first two seasons and how that show hit me and shifted me and changed me and became a part of not only my entertainment experience at the time that it came out or that I got into it, right? Because I think I got into it after the first season because I binged the first season on Netflix. Um, but like I'm living in LA and this black ass show comes out about this kid and it's so much that he's unpacking around identity and anger and I just resonated with so much of it and it was done so well. There was a time where I really wanted to get hired on the show, so I had a lot of like ambition and thought and identity things tied into the show. And then when it takes a turn for the worse in season 3, it do feel like the show that you knew died, and that show that at one point was servicing you in a way of like showing you yourself back and like affirming some things or teaching you some things is no longer doing those things. There's something real about that media that takes up that particular space in your life and it not being there anymore, and you should grieve it because it's a loss. So those are just some of my general thoughts around it and some of the things I read. There's so much literature around when a show actually ends and like getting canceled and people struggling with they call it post series depression. That's what they call it. But I think that there's something to be said about a show completely going off the rails and no longer being a tempo in your life emotionally, mentally, as it might have, depending on how deeply you connected to it. And those feelings are valid. When does when does season what does part 2 of Bridgerton come back? Date. Oh, tomorrow. Thursday. It's the 13th? I think it was the 14th. Oh, it comes out tomorrow. I think that would be good. If there's anything I could help, let me know. Child, I mean, you're in the psychology field, so if you come across anything that you feel like is related, shoot me over the link so I can read it. At this point, it's just an idea, but I think it's something worthwhile. The more we, the deeper we go in this streaming era, or we're entering the post-streaming era, as a lot of these streamers start to consolidate, and we're probably making our way back to cable. I ain't even gonna hold you. But with so much content, I think it's so important now more than ever because so many series are not going a distance, and because people are finding themselves falling in love with characters or shows or worlds that are here one minute and gone the next, without any of these executives or studios taking into consideration that part of it. It could be something that people actually like appreciate if I find a way, create some kind of framework that I think will be decent to help them unpack their feelings around it, understand their very strong feelings around it, affirm their feelings around it, and maybe help them navigate through those feelings. I gotta figure out what that looks like though. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so funny. how people clock me today. They like, Erica says she don't have no energy for Daniela, and then here she go, you stupid bitch. That is so me. Why am I like this? It's so interesting. Even with my content creator journey, I'm just like, girl, why do you care so much? And it's just like, I just do. I don't know why. I just do. I either care or I don't, honey. There's not much in between for me. Well, hopefully y'all have a great night. Shout out to the people who just joined. This was a quicker one than it typically is. I'm gonna try to go play tennis at some point tomorrow, but I really need to buckle down because I didn't do much of. I did stuff today, but I didn't make no goddamn videos, and this is the second day in a row that I ain't make no videos, and I needed to. And we're supposed to be getting our shit together. So this content creator that I respect a lot and actually like had a crush on for a little bit, but a crush is just misinformation or lack of information, not misinformation. It's lack of information. He's not a terrible person at all, but it's just that I recognize that a crush is having a lack of information. But he posted today a very jarring post, and he's struggling with his health, and he was talking about it being linked to like functional freeze. And I didn't think that, not that I didn't think that other people experienced it, but no other content creator talks about it. But also, I don't talk about it when I feel like I'm experiencing it. I definitely feel like I experienced it today, which is why I got my ass in the bed. That'd be my response. My response is to go lay down. Like, and that is a functional freeze. Sometimes y'all have heard me mention it in reference to like active procrastination, but that'd be like the precursor to like functional freeze. And I kind of want to reach out to him, even though I don't know him personally. Um, but now I kind of also want to talk about that because I can only imagine how many people are going through paralyzing or crippling moments of like emotional and mental dysregulation as it pertains to whatever's happening to your life. And you really, really, really want to go and do the thing and do what you think you need to do or supposed to do, and you just can't. You can't for whatever the reason is. You just can't. That's your energy. It seems like Danny is a woman who possesses things that you despise. Despise. I think that she's disgusting. And I've had to like hear myself say that in my head and then be okay with it and give myself permission to say it. Because I don't like the idea of saying it, but it's truly how I feel. And I'm not saying it lightly. I don't think that any woman should be friends with another woman out of obligation. And if you know that you don't actually wish this girl well, leave her alone. Do no harm. You do not actually have to be her friend. You quite literally never have to be a snake in the grass to anybody. Leave those people where the fuck they're at. Like, I despise that with all of my core because you do not have to engage with anybody in this life. So for you to be maintaining a credible amount of space in this girl's life and then actively not wishing her well, why are you doing that, you fucking demon? On top of like, girl, you want nothing for yourself, like you don't even value yourself, which I'm trying to have grace for that because that's something that's very real, and you go through seasons of that. Some seasons look are longer than others for people. Cool. But like at every turn, she's just like she's trifling as fuck. Like y'all don't want to give her no redeeming qualities. Y'all don't want to make her sensible in no area of her fucking life. I do. Daniela has a lot of characteristics that I despise. Most of all, the things that she's doing are so unnecessary. She could 100% be the freak flying whoever she wants to be, fuck on everybody that she wants to fuck on, and go find a bunch of homegirls that want to do the same. Like, why are you jealously seething in the background using the credit card of this girl that you hate? Daniela reminds me of the niggas out here dating women in whole relationships with women, and they actually are jealous and hate their girlfriend. Daniela is quite literally the female version of Zachary Taylor. She's quite literally the female version of a nigga who is in a whole relationship and is going to go cause all types of hell on the girl's birthday because he secretly hates that girl. That disgusts me to my core. You have to look at Danny as having substance abuse issues. I haven't met one that tells the truth. I diagnose people to know how to handle them, not to give them a label. And see, that's why I ain't diagnosing her ass, because I'm going to label her as trifling. You, as a medical professional, can be graceful as you fucking like. I don't have it for her. And if you want to play up the substance abuse, and if it is the substance abuse, then where the hell, like, show the issue about the substance abuse. She's another character that's just getting off scot free. She gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. No consequences. And everybody owes her something. No, nobody owes you shit. Even if she's an alcoholic. Okay. They don't give you right to run amok. They don't give you right to be a shitty ass person. And if she's an alcoholic, tell her alcoholic ass story. I think that the T is, I don't like Daniela. I've decided that's it. I don't, fuck her. But also the writers are not helping her out as it pertains to that, because they're giving me no empathy entry points for her. Not a one. I tried that substance abuse shit with Olivia, and I gave her all types of excuses and reasons and this, that, and the third, and her ass is still a menace and sober as fuck. She's still selfish, she's still narcissistic, and sober as hell. So I hear you. But Daniela can kiss my ass. Mm-mm. I wanted to go scout locations for this shoot that I have on Friday. Maybe I'll get up very early in the morning and do it tomorrow. Oh, and then I could go play tennis early, go scout locations, and then get back in here midday. That sounds like a plan, actually. That sounds like a freaking plan. Alright, y'all, I'm about to get ready to go. Angel, are you about to say anything else? I know I just be jumping off here, so I'm gonna give it like 2 minutes. I know it's a little bit of a delay. And I'll probably read your Discord message tomorrow. I'm glad the Discord is getting a little bit jumping. Like, let's have these conversations there and let's organize these thoughts so that when we get on live, we can actually like hit the points and unpack the shit. Yesterday was just so damn unhinged. Lord, it was so unhinged. Thank you, all the folks who were watching, who've been watching. Appreciate y'all joining us live. Of course. Of course. Thank y'all. All right. Have a good night, y'all.